What's up, guys? How's it going? Rage. Hey, how's it going? Hey, I love that Wookiee, Eva, Don Snizzle, Preston. I talked to you earlier. I should introduce this guy. How's it going, Derek?
All right, what's up?
Hey, man. This is my new friend, Derek. We're going to do something a little different this week. Got Derek hanging out, and we're going to be doing a commission. I'm going to start a commission tonight, an NFT commission. We'll explain in a minute what NFTs are, or at least as much as we know about them. My cat's probably going to be here, hanging out, jumping around, climbing on my body, different parts of my body. It's going to get weird. So anyways, how's it going, Derek?
Like a small Wookiee.
Like a little Wookiee.
It's going good, man. Yeah, it's snow, lots of snow, lots of sledding.
Yeah, you're down in Spartanburg, South Carolina, which is like 60 miles from here?
Yeah, just right up the mountain. Yep.
So not very far, and we got about the same weather earlier in the week. We got about 10 inches of snow here. I didn't check the final totals.
It snowed more here than I expected. It usually, manages to snow in like Inman and Tryon, but not here. But we had enough to play in. It's been fun. Cool.
Did you guys make some snowmen or anything like that?
Yes, something like that. Smallish ones down here.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I didn't do any of that. The snow was like piled up on my back porch door, and I probably really could have done something about it pretty easily, but I didn't. Like I tried to open my back porch door, and it only opened about 6 or 8 inches. Yeah. I was like, I guess I'm not going outside. So I didn't end up going outside. Now the snow is about, a lot of it melted, so I might go out there and make a slush man or something. But yeah, was it tough to get around down there? Because we're kind of ready for it here.
Yes, it's they salted. It was 100% chance here, which usually doesn't happen. So they salted. The roads are pretty much back to normal by today, and all the kids are setting for e-learning. So they just called 2 e-learning days, and I did see one SUV that backed off about an 8-foot drop at the end of my road. It was just sitting straight up. Like, that's not a good day.
Yeah, that's a real shitty day. Yeah, I didn't see any of that here, but I've definitely seen some stuff like that here in Asheville when it got crazy. There was one year when I used to drive. My old car really wasn't meant for snow at all, and I thought I would go out and it was one of those times where it was like it got up to about 40 during the day, so you were okay. But then, once the sun started going down, you'd have to start worrying about the ice, right?
Yes, right.
But this was like Game of Thrones shit. This was like winter is coming. It was like all of a sudden the cold just came in like within 35 seconds. I was out and about, right? I was out down by Tunnel Road, which is across town from here, for those of you watching that don't know Asheville. Everything was fine, and then all of a sudden it was just like the White Walkers, and it was just like everything was frozen. I could not move my car within I'm serious, it froze quicker than I've ever seen it. And I was stuck. I had to call a wrecker to bring me home, but luckily I found a wrecker. Because, I could have left my car in that parking lot, but then how am I going to get home? Am I going to sleep in my car? So I just called a wrecker, and I got myself a ride. Me and my car, both a ride home. But, yeah, I haven't tried my new car in the snow or ice, and I probably won't. Because it's not 4-wheel drive or anything. It's like
I got a big SUV. It's a rear-wheel drive. It has the snow button. And it did okay, but I almost got myself stuck. But
yeah. Okay, so my aunt is in the chat talking shit about you Southern drivers. So let me explain this chat message. This is the car that I was talking about was my grandfather's car. Papa.
Okay.
In the chat. And so my grandfather drove this car, and he passed away, and I got the car. I drove that car around for 10 years, 15 years. And I'm going to tell you that Papa would not have been able to drive in this particular thing. This was like a sheet of ice. I don't care how good of a driver you are, you cannot drive on a sheet of ice. And that's what it was, like everywhere, 100% of everywhere. No matter what. I guess I could have got some chains for that car, but yeah. So, so that's it. That's it. I'm just defending myself against my aunt. I know you were just kidding. So, all right. So, what we're gonna do is we've got we're breaking into some technical ground, talking about NFTs and cryptocurrency and stuff. I don't want to I don't know how much the audience cares or whatever, but we'll talk about it a little bit, definitely. What I'm doing tonight is an NFT. And all you really need to know, or what I'm starting tonight is an NFT. And all you really need to know is it's a piece of digital art that is, I don't know if you guys have heard of NFTs before or not, but maybe I'll post a video in the chat that you can go check it out. It stands for non-fungible token. Pretty much what it means is that it's a piece of digital art or digital anything that somebody can buy. And what they're buying basically is a certificate of authenticity for that. So it's similar to like a collector card type of thing, like a rare collector card. It's similar to buying an original piece of art. It's similar to a lot of different things, except for it's all digital. A lot of people are getting into this, and it's something that I have been thinking about doing. Oh yeah, sorry, I got. That's right, I got distracted. Sorry, because they're talking about the car. Preston actually got that car from me. He was going to give it to some kid. He was going to give it to some kid, but I don't know if that ever happened. Anyways, sorry, I'm. So anyway, that's about it. And pretty much this is really just going to be like a commission. Derek and I met a while ago, a couple weeks ago. Derek is starting a business that is in the crypto space, and he's interested in NFTs. We're gonna, and so that we're just thought we'd try this out. Yeah, Derek, what do you? So you guys are starting an NFT. I'll let you tell people what you're doing. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, so business-wise, I mean, we're starting like a platform to teach novices about cryptocurrency and all things crypto related. Go TEAMCRYPTO.com is the website. There's some stuff you can get on there for free. There's a monthly membership that we're doing. But I mean, my story with it is like, as of basically 5 months ago, I'm absolutely brand new to anything crypto. So like, it's not like I know what's going on yet fully either, Right. But what brought me to even think about it, I have another friend who's a digital artist, and some of the stuff I've seen him produce is like, whoa, this is incredible. What brought me to the crypto space was Kevin Smith announcing that he was releasing Clerks 3 as an NFT. And I'm like, well, what's an NFT? Like what, and started looking into that and whatever. But immediately I'm thinking about my digital artist friend and like, dude, you need to be minting or stamping out these unique digital, prints, kind of, if you can say it that way. And I talked to this guy and we've looked into it and whatever, but meanwhile, we've been creating our business that's just teaching people about trading and buying and trading cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and thousands of other ones that are out there.
Right.
But when I met you, to me, it's like, I want an NFT that's mine. And Preston has minted a few and sent me a few of those that, essentially we did for almost nothing. But I want a work of art that's an NFT that I had something to do with the creation of. Yeah, and so when I met you, it was like, man, this is, we got really clear between each other on like, do you want it to be your work or, do you want, and so it's a commission, but you have absolute liberty on what you produce. Yeah. But at the end, I'm going to digitally own it or whatever.
Right.
And that is rad to me. It's like creating the future in a way that is collaborative and like fun and relational and interactive, because we call ourselves Team Crypto because no kidding, like we're trying to make a team, and this feels that way to me.
Yeah.
You have something I want. I don't even know what it is yet. I just know that I want it. And this is the nature of value.
Yeah, I mean that's the cool thing for me, like as a digital artist, is the difference. Okay, so I approach it from my point of view. It's like, and probably a lot of digital artists' point of view, it's like traditional artist, a painter, a sculptor. Traditional meaning people that paint in oil paints or sculpt in clay. You know, at the end of their process, they have an original, the painting itself or the sculpture itself. And they can, well, with paintings, you know, you can sell prints of it, reproductions. And so that's, you know, the official term is a reproduction. So that's how artists will do it. They'll sell the original for a calculated amount of money, depending on their name and, you know, an hourly rate, or however different artists calculate it in different ways. And then they make their money back on that by selling that original piece. And then the reproductions are, you know, they're cheaper they're more affordable for people, and people can buy them, but they're not rare, they're not hand signed, so they're not, you know, worth as much. It's really just for people that want to have it and hang it on their wall. So the problem that I've always had as a digital artist is that I don't have that original. I only have reproductions. And so NFTs kind of solve that problem for me. I'm still dabbling in it. I don't know how heavily I'm going to get into it. It's a super interesting thing for me. Part of it feels a little bit like a speculative bubble, possibly, but I don't think it's going to completely deflate and be gone. I think that it's possible we're in a period right now where things are hot and heavy and there's a lot of like trading going on and stuff is going for inflated prices. But NFTs aren't going anywhere. Like the concept of non-fungible token, the concept of this digital ownership, people are into it. And people like maybe my age and, you know, the younger kids, they just get this intuitively, I'm pretty sure. But like me, my age, I'm like, well, how do you sell a JPEG? You know, there are all these questions and stuff. But anyways, and the other thing I like about it is you can't make a painting move. You can't, so NFTs also open up a lot of avenues of creativity. I've seen people doing NFTs that are like short clips that are pretty much like the art is like a short clip or, you know, whatever. I mean, all the way to silly stuff, like people are selling like internet memes. You know, the people that made internet memes are selling the original. So anyways, that's the spiel. That's what we're doing. And we're going to make kind of a little bit of a gamified thing out of it. And by the way, this isn't like sponsored or anything. This is just something we're trying out. It's a commission type thing. Derek is cool enough to come on and tell us what we're talking about with like the NFT stuff. Two Southern gentlemen talking on the stream. And so, okay, so we're going to do this like a gamified thing. So, Derek, why don't you tell us kind of the basic idea? Oops. I just messed everything up on the whole stream. Hold on. All right, here we go. The basic idea behind this, and then then I'll take over and I'll say what's next.
Yeah, sure. So, like, a little hobby I have is trying to come up with 3-word phrases that are meaningful to me or that I think are wise or cute or whatever that are not on Google, so that when you search for them in quotes, what you get is there are no matches for your search, you know? And, you know, depending on what you're searching for, sometimes that's easy and simple. Sometimes that's not as easy. But so when thinking about NFTs, I've always been thinking like there's got to be a way to try to overlap that. And these couple of dozen of these things I've got and producing it as an NFT that's either 2D or 3D or whatever. And so when I met you, it was kind of this natural like, hey, let's do that. And so I created a channel on OpenSea that's called 3 Words No Goog. And that's what we're going to make. You're going to make something that's a 3-word phrase, or an art based on a 3-word phrase. And so what you asked me to do, which I've done, is produce, a few of those that we're going to put on a spinner.
Yeah.
And let it be a little bit kind of multi-layer gamified.
Yeah. So we're gonna, many times on this channel, when I'm starting a new painting, we'll put a bunch of things on the wheel, and we'll spin the wheel, and then I'll come up with a painting based on that. Sometimes it's animals, sometimes it's pop art, So it'll be pretty self-explanatory once we get going. Let me pull up the wheel here. So we're gonna put some phrases on the wheel. Let me find my bookmark.
So we decided on 5 phrases, and what I wanted to do was give you 4, and then name 2 or 3 other ones, and let the chat decide the 5th one. Can we do that?
Yes. Okay.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna switch screens now. They'll be able to hear you but not see you anymore. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna do some phrases. We're gonna so the first phrase is, what's the phrase?
Ain't life zany?
Ain't life zany. Okay. And these are all things that you put into Google and got 0 search results.
That's right. When they were in quotes. So all 3 words together.
All 3 words together as searched as one did not come up. Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
All right.
So these first 2 are kind of cute and fun, but kind of deep. The next 2, not so much. But number 2 is glory outweighs pain.
I forgot to tell you that I don't know how to spell it all. Is that
that's
that
perfect.
correct spelling? Okay.
Yep. All right. Number 3, whales deserve fun.
I've already got a favorite. Whales
Okay.
deserve fun. Okay.
Number 4, gremlins get chicks.
Gremlins get chicks. Okay.
So then
right. So
the chat can decide between these next few, but
okay.
I don't know if you want to write them in or if people can just listen. And so let's just pick 3 and y'all can decide one more. So God honors logic. Rainbows can't play. And dumb pays big.
Okay. I tried to put I tried to put that in the chat, but it's all messed up.
No, it's just right.
All right. I'll take a couple votes there. And
if there's one of these that you just have to do,
No, I don't want to break the rules. I don't want to.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, there are some of these that'll be. I'm already like getting ideas, but there'll be some of these that are probably like more straightforward, and then some that are probably might be a couple shades removed from the actual literal literal phrase. Okay, so we've got 1 vote for God honors logic. Anybody else? Any other votes? We often get late joiners a little bit later, but that's okay. We've got what's happening here? Oh, okay. We've got 2. We've got Gremlins get chick. 1 vote for Gremlin gets chicks. 1 for God honors logic. We'll give this a couple more minutes, a couple more seconds, and then we'll put one of these in here. Wait, Gremlins Get Chicks is already here, dude.
Yeah, that's on the board.
You're on thin ice. You're on thin ice down there, Sizzle.
I think my vote would be Rainbows Can't Play, just for both the like color of that and I'm sort of seeing a mopey rainbow.
Yeah, that's cool. Bop, 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 bom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I'm just gonna put both those in there. God honors logic. Rainbows don't or can't.
Can't is what I said. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna do best out of 3 as usual. First 1 to 3.
This is so cute and fun. I feel like I'm winning no matter who wins the spin, you know?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's get chicks. 1 point.
Awesome.
Count plus 1. All right. This might take at least 45 minutes. Whales deserve fun.
There you go. Cool.
Plus 1. Glory.
Oh, that looked like a tie.
Was, I guess the. All right. Yep. It's very close to a tie. Oh, that's 2 for Gremlins.
Let's go.
All right. Still anybody's game. Rainbows Can't Play. We've got 1 for Rainbows Can't Play. Got a cat. All right. That one did count. Okay. Here we go. God honors logic. I have no idea. I don't even have one idea what I would do for that one yet. But that's okay. That's okay though. That's how it goes. That's part of the process. Rainbows Can't Play. Is that okay? So we're two up. All right.
Yep.
For some reason, my chat commands aren't working tonight, and that annoys me. Gremlins Get Chicks is the winner.
Let's go. That's a winner.
All right. Gremlins Get Chicks. All right. Don't know how this is going to be. Yeah, is it chicks? I don't know if it's chicks like baby chickens. Probably. Baby ducks.
You can go a lot of ways with that.
That's a little bit. Yeah, I don't really want to go with a pun. I don't want to be literal, and I don't want to go with a pun. Or I usually try to avoid puns. So this one might be just like something completely. In other words, do you know what I mean? Like it might not be a picture of a gremlin getting a chick. It's probably not going to be that.
That's okay, man. We're here to watch you do what you do. That's why we're here.
And it also won't be a pun. But I am going to probably say chicks as baby ducks. And I'm probably going to... The first thing I think of is the Twilight Zone gremlin that's on the wing of the plane.
Uh-huh.
So
now I think I saw it when we were up there, but what you're physically doing right now is touching a board with a stylus? Or are you on a screen that...
It's basic. Yeah, it's think of a monitor, a big monitor, and I'm writing on it with this.
Got it. And is that flat in your lap, or is it up on a computer screen?
It's on an arm.
Okay.
Hold on, maybe I can. This is it. I can't get the camera far enough away.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, cool.
So yeah, let's draw on this. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do a couple thumbnails here. One is it's plain. Don't know what a plane looks like. It's plain. It's got a gremlin sitting on the wing. It's eating a sandwich. Sandwich. Does the sandwich got? Is it a sandwich of baby ducks? That's crazy.
That's not outrageous for a gremlin, though.
It's not outrageous for a gremlin. Seagulls are attacking his head. I still don't know what a plane looks like. There's maybe instead of a plane, it's a duck. Flock of ducks. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's a flock of ducks, and there's a gremlin sitting on the duck's wing. And the duck is William Shatner. This is William Shatner. I'm just kidding. Probably not really William Shatner, but I like the idea of a gremlin. Yeah, I was, man, that's crazy. Eva just mind melded with me and said what I was just getting ready to draw. Is gremlin, baby gremlin. Eating one of those marshmallow ducks, those marshmallow chicks.
I love it.
But he hates them because everybody hates those. Doesn't everybody hate those? I mean, if you're a kid and anything that's got a bunch of sugar in it, you eat. Like, I mean, I've definitely stuffed 5 of those in my mouth at once before, but not in a long time.
Have you ever microwaved one?
Yes, I have.
I'm told it's intense.
Microwaving marshmallows is, yes, I used to do that a lot. Everything marshmallowy. So what is, yeah, that's an Easter thing. He's like super sad, but he also has one hanging out of his mouth. Or he's got marshmallow stuff all over his mouth. Well, this one is definitely the most formed right away. I can already see that as a painting. It's pretty simple. I like this idea. So I like this idea. It's weird.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking about the word get, that it's kind of like, you could turn that phrase into like he has an understanding of, you know. I'm imagining
Right.
like a facial expression of a gremlin who just genuinely understands what it's like to be whatever the chick of your choice, you know.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah, I like that.
Like I'm here for you, babe.
Yeah. Where he's writing, he actually wrote his PhD
There you go.
dissertation on chicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wrote the book.
He's wearing a mortar board and
He's got to be really ugly. If we did it like this, he'd be really ugly. But he's wearing glasses. He's at a podium. He's holding up a book.
yeah, a symposium on
The Book of Chicks. Yeah. And the audience is full of baby ducks. What about, I would keep making gremlins with rabbit ears. Then, okay, so that's, man, I keep putting everything on the wrong layer. You did mind meld. Yep. All right, so these are all you know, goofy enough for me. This is my typical goofiness. I got to make it goofy. See what else. Then there's the movie Gremlins.
I was about to say, like Steven Spielberg, like I don't know.
Didn't Steven Spielberg produce that Twilight Zone remake?
I don't know that for sure.
That's a little bit esoteric, but nothing wrong with that. Steven Spielberg Twilight Zone. Yeah, produced by Steven Spielberg. The 1983 one was produced by Steven Spielberg. I don't remember what the Twilight Zone gremlin looked like from the new. That's the old one.
Right. Ugh.
Here's the new one.
Oh, that thing is creepy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, from the 1983 one. I watched this movie so many times when I was little. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
He could have a cap on too. Yeah, like a little graduate cap. All right. So we definitely think of a couple different gremlins. We think of the Twilight Zone gremlin. We think of the Mogwai gremlin.
You know, I think of the green guy from the Flintstones. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
if
like
they
the
call him
Martian.
the gremlin, or not the Martian with the helmet with the black face, but the not Google that, or I will. Flintstones,
Yeah, he was like a Martian, wasn't he?
Flintstones gremlin. Yeah, there you go. There he is. The Great Gazoo. I don't know if they used the word gremlin or if I just made that up, but
Yeah, he looks like a Martian to me, but maybe he's Martian.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Whoa, what was that? I'm starting to hear myself. I just heard myself. That was weird. Maybe I unmuted myself for a minute. Anyway. All right, so gremlins get chicks. I don't know if we can make a gremlin cute enough to pull this off and still have it come off as a gremlin. I don't even remember what the gremlins look like.
There was a car. There was a car called a gremlin.
That's true.
An AMC gremlin.
Yep, I remember this.
Oh, wow, they are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh. That is bad.
Yeah, they're not really they're not very cute. They're cute in a not very cute way. What are you doing, dude? I'm gonna have to make a cat go outside, I think. All right.
You could have like a gremlin driving a gremlin, running over peeps or something.
Let's see if this car is cool looking. I'm not very. I'm not excited right away to draw a car. Gremlin. What was it? AMC Gremlin?
Yes, that's right.
Why would you call a car a gremlin? It's great. That's a crazy name for a car. It's dorkiest. It's under dorkiest cars.
That is a wild looking ride.
That's not fair. They're pretty cool looking. I could see souping one of these up, actually. They're pretty weird, futuristic looking. Like this kind of futuristic looking in a weird way.
Yeah, that one is. Preston was saying you could have a baby chick eating a gremlin. Turn it the other way or something.
Could be. Yeah. What the heck?
Oh, there is a girl gremlin also from the movie, you know.
Oh yeah, Gremlins too. Yeah, I think I don't really want to do the pickup artist style anything really. I think that's probably the most literal interpretation of the phrase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying to draw a microwave. I'm not doing a great job of it. Let's try that again.
So Dan, have you found that your creative process in something as random as this, like that from start to finish of producing something that you enjoy, that amount of time has shrunk as you've gained more experience in what you're doing, you know?
Yeah, I'd say it yes, the short answer is yes, but also there are times when it's like all of a sudden I forget how to paint completely, or I feel like I forget how to paint completely, just with certain projects. It just comes with the territory. So in other words, like the graph it's slow. It's on a long enough timeline. It is, the amount of time is getting shorter, but it's pretty lumpy.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is. Sometimes things take me longer than other times. But I do know like what's going to take me longer now. Yeah. So that's why when I do stream paintings, a lot of times I try my best to not make them too complicated, because they'll end up taking me like 6 streams in a row.
Right.
So it's the amount of complication too equals the amount of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I just had
the amount of time.
another random thought about the word get. There's a lot of freedom in that word get, but like receiving something as a piece of mail almost, you know, like
yeah.
Like I don't know what, opening a package that's like, ooh.
Yep. Could be I wish that Peeps had arms. I definitely like the rabbits better. I'm still stuck on the Peeps. I'm stuck on the marshmallow candy Peeps. But that was when I was thinking that I could get away with the rabbit, but that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? The Peeps come in 2 different shapes. They come normally come in, anyway.
They're normally chicken shaped until Easter time, and then they're
Yes.
rabbits. Like, yeah.
Yep. What if there was an explosion of them? Peeps everywhere. Just coming out of this box. What I think would be kind of cool is that pink and yellow, it would be colorful. Mm-hmm. Pink and yellow splatters all over.
Yeah. I love it.
So that's what I mean. Like, this is like kind of an uncomplicated, gets the point across illustration. Something that we could do in the amount of time, I think, within reason of the amount of time, maybe. It's simple, I like this because it's a little bit abstracted away from the phrase. There's something interesting to me about like the idea of Gremlins Get Chicks being like either the title of the thing or something, but it's almost like you have to figure out why it's called that. And it's like a few degrees of separation away from it. It's not really like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
My sister is watching. Everybody on this whole stream is related to me. It seems like tonight.
It's okay.
The gremlin perp is born. Yeah, I haven't looked up.
I think you meant Peep, the gremlin Peep.
I haven't looked up in a while. Hey Heather, how's it going? Sorry, I'm in this process of trying to figure out what the hell. It's like anything new, you feel awkward till you conquer it. I don't even remember what I was talking about anymore. Oh, we were talking about how quickly I can paint now. I mean, I think I can paint quicker. Like recently I've noticed that if I have a clear idea of what I'm doing, I can execute it a lot more quickly. And that probably comes from just getting better at the parts, the small parts. Like I did the Christmas painting that I did, that one came together pretty quickly. And at the beginning, I thought it was never going to come together, and then it came together very quickly. Like I put it down for an hour, or for like a week, and then I came back to it and finished it in an hour, which is pretty cool. Christmas is over, though. Has everybody taken down their tree yet? You slackers.
Somebody took mine down, but it wasn't me. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, this one came together pretty quickly.
That's awesome.
Christmas painting. Once so it takes a while to get around to the concept, but and sometimes it also takes a while to. Painting's always ugly for a while. You guys don't have to tell me that it's ugly, so feel free to not tell me it's ugly. But we'll both know it's ugly for a while. And then it just gets less ugly as time goes on. Sometimes it comes together quickly, sometimes it doesn't. I hate these marshmallow peeps. I just decided I hate them.
I feel like I need to look them up to remind myself what shape they are in.
Here, I'll show you. Is it Russian New Year? Well, most of the chat is Russian. Bunch of Russians in here, so here, this is what peeps look like. Pink and yellow.
Okay. They're actually more bird-like than I thought. I thought they were kind of flat and...
Yeah, this looks like a different brand. I don't like this shape. I like this shape a lot better. We would probably, if I paint these, I'm gonna change the shape because I hate this shape. If this is really what they look like, I hate it. Okay, here are the official peeps. See, they look different. They look cooler. Their beaks are a little bit... They must have changed them throughout the years. Let's watch a 3-hour documentary on the history of peeps, shall we?
There's probably one out there.
Probably is. Probably $6.99 on Amazon Prime.
It must be the rabbits that I usually eat because I like
Yeah.
bite off their ears and then.
Yes. Me too. Like the stuff that they're covered in, whatever that stuff is, with sugar, I guess, is really the highlight.
There's a little crunch and
Yeah. And then it's
that's
marshmallow.
I could see a gremlin getting a kick out of the crunch of a sugar-coated peep.
Yes. What if it was a box of peeps, but they were gremlins? They were shaped like gremlins. So it's like a row. There is also the problem of making a gremlin look like a gremlin. I mean, we'd have to, I would have to model it after a famous gremlin to really be able to tell it was a gremlin. But it could also just be like a little monster. And I could actually sculpt this to make these look like real 3D peeps, like a box, like a product shot. It's like a product shot, like an ad for peeps, but it's gremlins. If I wanted to go real crazy, you could animate it and make them pop out one at a time. Bloop. Bloop.
Oh,
Bloop.
that would be dope, dude.
Bloop. It'd take a bit. I'd probably have to do some of that offline because I would be self-conscious. We have one member of the chat that says, I let mine sit around till August, so they are hard. So we've got somebody who likes stale peeps in the chat. That would be my aunt. My aunt likes stale peeps. So I think you probably know by now that whatever this is, it's going to be weird and it's not going to make any fucking sense. So that's how it goes. So let's see what we've got here. I think we've got enough here to scrape something up. I still like the idea of the exploding peeps box. It's a little weird. It's a little dark.
Yeah, I like that. And the colors that could be kind of splashed around.
Yes. This one is kind of funny. It's more of a cartoon. It tells a story. It tells a good story. It's also a more complicated one, which is fine. It's all a matrix of how cool the idea is, how complicated it is. Gremlin sitting on the wing of a duck with a bunch of other ducks floating around. We've got a gremlin eating peeps. Very disappointed in the peeps because they're gross. There are peeps scattered all around him, everywhere. This one is a plane. And that's all I have to say about that. It's a plane.
We could let the wheel decide, huh?
We could let the wheel decide. I'd like to narrow it down a little bit more to something that I think could work, you know what I mean? So maybe I'll narrow it down to 3 and then we'll let the wheel decide. How about that?
No, you do whatever you think. I mean, the exploding box looks like a really cute and cool concept to me. Because I want to see how adorable and cute and mad your gremlin can be all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. The Mogwai is not officially a gremlin. It sure is a lot cuter, though. I could make this gremlin a little less terrifying.
Put him on a stick over a fire. I love it.
Are we talking about peeps or are we talking about gremlins? This is how much of a baby I am, is that I was watching Gremlins 2 recently and I felt really bad when the gremlins got killed. They're puppets. They're made out of rubber. I know this. But when it happens on screen, yeah, I just don't like it. Peeps, chicks, s'mores. Gizmo is def the cutest gremlin. Yeah, Gizmo is cute, but he's not a gremlin yet. He's not a gremlin until you feed him after midnight. Then he turns into a gremlin. Okay. I think we're just going to do this one.
Sweet.
If anybody feels strongly about any other ones, just this one time I'll let you vote in the chat and then we'll put it on the wheel. But otherwise, I would like to do unless anybody else feels strongly, I would like to do the gremlin box. You're right, it is sad when they get wet because they're in pain. They like scream in pain. They're puppets. They're not real. They're made out of fur and glue. But when they get wet, it's sad. You don't like it. You want to beat that guy up. The dude that gets him wet. Which I believe is Corey Feldman. So we got to get him. That's how we're going to get Corey Feldman. Yep, that is Corey Feldman. He's the one who spills water on the gremlins. This little motherfucker right here. All right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold my tongue anymore, okay? I'm so mad at him. I don't care if I... I'm not sorry about the language, you know? This little motherfucker right here. Okay, you pick what is best. It will look awesome. Do the gremlin box. We've got one vote for the gremlin box. Derek, no objections to the gremlin box. Yes? No?
No, love it.
Okay, we're doing the gremlin box. All right, cool. So... I'm going to keep this here, but I'll make it a little smaller. So I'll probably do, this is definitely a good candidate for 3D because there are only a couple of different elements. But first, I would like to design a gremlin. That's the next biggest problem to deal with. Do we use a gremlin, the Steven Spielberg gremlin, excuse me, or do we just do something that is a gremlin that is green, probably, because most gremlins are green? Just design our own gremlin.
Yeah, we want a Dan J gremlin. A gremlin Dan J can be proud of.
I wonder if it's I just wonder if it's maybe I'll jump off of this design but make it a little bit less scary. Because it's like, yeah, I mean, normally probably what I would do is I would try to make, I would either do that or I would just design my own gremlin. But this one's hard because, you think gremlins, it's so iconic at this point. There's really, for me, you have to think really hard not to immediately imagine those gremlins from the 80s. So I wonder almost if anything else would ever be perceived as a gremlin. I'm scrolling through images here, by the way. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do that with everybody watching, so there's something going on the screen. Gremlins. I was looking for old artwork with gremlins in it, because gremlins are basically, the story of the gremlin is, I'm pretty sure it was started during wartime with like little monsters that sabotaged planes and stuff. That's what they are. They're like legendary. See, gremlins, a pilot's worst nightmare. I hope this isn't racist. We're gonna read this. The idea that airplanes are sometimes infested with tiny mischief makers. 1944, as World War II still raged in mainland Europe, Royal Air Force Captain Jeff Winkner set out to deliver an Avro Lancaster from Strathaven. Too many words. Okay, so he was going from one airbase to another. Okay, so he's flying along and the exercise went smoothly until the plane suddenly veered off. The engines cut out. He had to do an emergency landing, and then Tony Robbins suddenly was there. And he was dancing with a lot of ladies over Zoom. And then, chapter 2.
Tony Robbins.
The whole thing, if you fly carefully. Okay, so this guy was blaming it on tiny monsters in his plane. I get it. Okay. See? This is cool. This is what I'm talking about. This old illustration. It's like these little guys.
Yeah. They're like elves or something.
Mm-hmm. So they haven't always looked like... This is a cool illustration. Look how it looks. This guy. Then there's this guy.
Yeah.
He's wearing the cargo pants of shirts here. He's wearing the cargo shorts of shirts. I want this shirt. Preston, if you're out there, I'm getting you this shirt for your birthday. Make the ears floppy. Kind of like elves with fangs. Yeah.
Dan, I'm going to step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man. All right. Just looking around for things that might... I'm just putting a bunch of stuff into my brain, and I'm going to let it turn into a soup in my brain, and then something will happen. gonna start getting some reference here. It's I don't know if I'm gonna be able to resist the temptation to make it Gizmo. See, it's not like I'm afraid to invent what a gremlin looks like or anything, like designing a gremlin, but I just feel like, I really feel like once the Gremlins movie came out, there really were no other Gremlins. And if you ever want to do a painting with Gremlins, how many times can I say the word Gremlins? They're coming out with another Gremlins movie? A Gremlins prequel? Wow. Wow. Here are gremlins, mogwais that look mean as little mogwais. I guess there are some mogwais that are always that have bad attitudes. Look at this ugly gremlin sweater.
I'm back just in time for the gremlin sweater. That is perfect.
It's pretty good, right? There's some pics under Rumpelstiltskin that could suffice as reference. Okay. Look at how much the Mogwai looks like Baby Yoda.
Oh, that's something. Yoda is kind of gremlin-y.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, you can't, it's making cute things is, you know, maximum cuteness is always going to turn into a shape like this. Always going to turn into a face like that, pretty much. It's pretty much, the more it looks like a baby, is the more we find it cute. It's like wired into our brains. Sad Mogwai!
Aww.
It's going to be really hard for me to resist the temptation just to make it Gizmo. Alright, what were other people said? Rumpelstiltskin? Yeah, these is kind of gremlin-y. I don't really want to paint a dwarfy style gremlin. I'd like to make him a little animal. It's going to give me nightmares. All right. I'm going to let Gremlin simmer for a minute. I'm going to get some reference of peeps. Peeps. Peep squeak toys. Why can't peeps look the same more than once? Get your shit together, peeps. I guess that's what they look like.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, yeah, they're usually sort of squished some.
Yeah. But I'm gonna make their noses not as long, and I think they'll still be identifiable if I make their beak shorter, because I like that, how that looks better. Okay, so since we got to start somewhere, I'm just gonna start out with sculpting a peep. See, let me get my reference sorted out here. Come on. Dang it. Man, I need more peeps. Need more peeps references. I need a picture of a single peep. I think we'll probably throw some rabbits in there too. Some serious art here. I know you knew you were dealing with a serious artist when we met, didn't you? Here's both of them in one place. How do they even make that shape? It looks like it's squirted out of a tube.
Yeah, I guess it could be.
It's squirted out of a tube.
It wouldn't be worth it to actually form them, probably.
Well, it looks like I can see where the mold is. It's like the mold is this shape, and then they squirt it in here in the beak, and it squirts out there. That's why the beaks are different sometimes. Oh, look, somebody souped up some peeps with chocolate. Okay. So, you said something about you tutor kids for a living, Derek?
Yeah, help kids with their SAT and ACT scores, high school students.
What's ACT? Been a while since I've been in high school.
Yeah, it's the Pepsi to the Coke of SAT. It's the same kind of, it's an aptitude test for college admissions.
Okay.
I forgot what ACT actually stands for, but it's something.
So you is that a South Carolina thing?
What you're doing.
Is that a South Carolina thing, or is that a state
You
countrywide?
know, yeah, it kind of started mostly in the Northeast and Midwest and has moved across the country. And now virtually every college admissions office would accept either test in a very similar way.
Got it.
What you're doing is mesmerizing.
I'm making a peep.
How similar is this process in your brain to actually molding something? Totally different.
You mean sculpting?
Yeah.
Like sculpting something? No, it's pretty similar to sculpting, except for, I mean, easier because they're digital tools. Like I used to sculpt. You saw some of my sculptures, but yeah, it's a very similar process, except for some of the tools make things easier. Like it takes a lot longer to make a perfect sphere out of clay with your hands than it does
Yeah,
just
of course.
sticking it on the.
That's a not necessarily a philosophical topic that we need to delve into, but I have often wondered if there's such a thing as a perfect circle or perfect sphere. I know that in theory there is, but
Is there?
can it be so? Can it be so in clay?
I don't know.
Because
Probably
the
not.
mathematical definition of a circle, is the set of all points equidistant from a center. And a sphere is that same thing, but in 3 dimensions.
Right.
I think that like the infinites of it is too perfect to actually replicate in real life.
Right, because even this sphere, even though it's machined in these polygons, these points,
Right.
these points might all be exactly the same distance from the center, but any of these other infinite points in here, if you're talking about math, then anywhere in here is also a point. And since those are flat planes in between that, they are probably different there, slightly.
Yeah.
So even this isn't a perfect sphere. Much more perfect than I could get with my hands. Perfection's overrated.
Even with a compass, it's hard to make a circle for me.
Oh yeah. I don't think hands are made to make perfect anythings. I don't see a good reason to. Personally, not my ambition to do perfect geometry style things or whatever. All right, let's see here. Let me see if I can get this shape with. I might just. I'm really tempted to do some animation for this, but I just don't think that there'll be enough time. And it's also a very different process. Because I'd have to keep it in 3D. It wouldn't be a painting anymore. It would probably be some kind of 3-dimensional something. So I'm kind of just mumbling to myself. You don't have to feel the need to answer my whatever the hell I'm talking about right now. All right. Let's see.
Can you hear me again?
Yep.
I muted myself in a way where I was definitely listening but couldn't. There it is. Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, I can hear you. The philosophy of drawings. See, are the chat commands working for you guys? They haven't been working for me tonight. I don't know why. In my thing that I'm using, like I don't see the.
I saw some babies and Doritos when we first started, but not after that.
Chat command's not working. Okay, yeah, they worked for a second and then they stopped working. I don't know what that is. I'll have to take care of that sometime this week. I've realized that was happening literally 5 minutes before we're getting ready to go live. So, some technology for you. Polish. Dynamesh. Okay. I should have kept this separate for longer, I think. All right, let's go back.
Well, Dan, as promised, 7:30 is my cue.
That's right. Yep, you've got trivia night. Cool.
Yeah, so you've got a heck of a cool concept started.
Cool.
And this 3D, I mean, just watching that is like, how are you doing so many things at one time? It's crazy, man, for real.
Cool.
But I'm going to step away and whenever you want to pick it back up or however, you know, if you have to do off-screen stuff,
yeah,
or if next week works out, just shoot me a text or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get together sometime this week and talk about all that stuff. But yeah, we'll definitely be at least finishing part of this on stream, but we can talk about like when it works for both of us.
Okay. Sounds
right.
good. Thanks, bro.
Later, man.
Bye.
See you. Let's see, what am I doing? Okay, I am doing Gremlins get chicks. I want it to be right here. For such a silly shape, this is really kind of stumping me. Pile of sugar like peeps. Not sure what that means. Okay, now I see myself over here on the Zoom meeting. Gotta do something about that. Turn off my video. Stop the share. Actually, I'm just gonna, can I do that? Will that mess anything up? No, I'm just gonna leave the meeting. There we go. All right, little technical thing I had to do there. All right, guys, it's 7:30. I'm gonna take a quick break, 3 to 5 minute break, and I will be right back, and we'll go for another little while, half hour, 40 minutes, something. All right, see you in a minute. drinking too much tea too late at night. That's all I know. Had some green tea. Man, I can't believe this, but I need another angle on these peeps. This is the hardest thing I've ever sculpted, guys. How's everybody doing out there? What's happening? What's going on? What else has happened this week besides a bunch of snow? Let's see. Nothing. Three-day weekend. Trying to break down the shape into something manageable. I guess it's kind of like this thing is pretty self-explanatory, and then this dollop on top. Getting that shape. You're still here? Hey Seth, how's it going? Hey Mimi, how's it going? You're probably barking. Me and ET are retiring. Really? You guys are retiring? That's crazy. Congratulations. Retiring. So how long have you guys been at that job? Friday. That's quick notice. Did you tell anybody? You're just not going to show up no more. It's like 2 days from now. You've been there for 32 years. That's a lot. That is a lot of years. So 36 and 32 years. It's been in the works, and COVID hit the other buildings, so depth wear cut to half staff and people working at home. COVID hit the other. What's the other building? What does that mean exactly? Oh, this will be a peep. This will be a peep sooner or later. You mark my words. Person that processes the paperwork just contacted us to set an appointment. We had to wait longer, so decided Friday. Yeah, I think it's getting there. Just make a little beak for this little motherfucker. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, Seth. We work in the building that is separate from the government center, which is attached to the main courthouse. What's the difference between the government center and the main courthouse? What goes on in the government center compared to the courthouse? Peeps. Peeps. Need a front view. Ugh, yuck. There's probably like a super fast way to do this, but I do not know that way. Like somebody that uses ZBrush all the time, I'll bet there's like, it would just be like, boom, 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 boom. Peep. It's peep. Do I smell poop? What does that mean? Is that? That seems like something that a young child might put into the chat. Perhaps my nephew. You ever get that airsoft gun working? My nephew got an airsoft gun for Christmas. And we were too dumb to figure out how to get it to work. Like two men in the parking lot or out in the driveway, like, I know how to work it. I don't need no instructions. I know how to work it. I was one of those people, by the way. I know how to work it. We didn't know how to work it. We were doing it wrong. It was his mom. You returned it. Oh, was it broken? Like for real? But you still got the other one, right? Is this a peep? Does it look like a peep? I think it might look a little bit like a peep. There's a delay in the chat for me. Yeah, I know. There's a delay in the chat for me. Definitely. That's just how it works. Wait, actually it shouldn't work like that. It's not a delay in the chat for me. I get the chat right away, but you're seeing like 10 seconds ago on the stream. That's what's going on. So I react immediately to this chat message, or kind of, like whenever I get to it. But then you might not hear my response for a bit. Just how it works. You returned it for a new one or for them to fix? Okay. Eva's losing her mind in the chat. So what are you guys going to do when you're retired? You guys going to move down to the beach? Spend more time down there, probably? Fix up the house, paint the walks. Cool. Paint the walks. Paint the walls. Oh boy. I feel like this shape needs to be kind of perfect. But maybe I'm just a crazy guy. All right, we're gonna leave that one for now. We're gonna call this who. Clean up the house, fix up the house, paint walls, cool. See if we can, what we come up with when we slice this. Like that, pretty much. Almost. You gotta get it right in the middle. There we go. Peeps. Good idea for what? For the shape. Make it a little squished. I should make this. Let's see, what can I do? I can do symmetry on X and Z. See if that'll work. Nope. I need to do symmetry on X and Y. Nope. All right, let's try that again. Symmetry on X. Activate symmetry on X and Z. There we go. To shape the peep bunny, yeah. It's weird. I have to like kind of get warmed up in this software a lot. Like if I haven't used it, I actually been using it a lot, but I haven't been using it a lot to do modeling. I've been using it a lot to do posing for the comic, but not for modeling. By the way, did you guys know I have a comic? I wish I could get my commands to work right now. I want to smooth it, but I don't want to smooth it so much that it loses its shape. Beeps. We got a Peeps army here. This is good enough for now. You know what, this rabbit though? Yeah, you told me that you liked it. That's cool. I'm glad you liked it. All right, I'm just going to use this. I don't need to get into super detail for this right now. But I am going to still paint these little eyeballs. We've got an army of little marshmallow guys. I think I could come back to this shape and make it a little better sometime later, but I think it's good enough for now. So we've got two elements ready to go. Yeah, I've been coming out with one episode a month, and the episodes are really short, but I try to find a good stopping point, like, but still not make the episode too long because I gotta keep it manageable for what I can do every month. But I still want it to feel like a little nugget of a story at least. So. All right, let's see now. I mean, I guess I could start sculpting the gremlin. Still haven't decided what to make the gremlin though. Yeah, it's kind of hard to decide, like, whether I should do a traditional gremlin. You like the fuzzy one? Yeah, but he's not really a gremlin. I don't know how worried I should be about that, but also there's going to be a box of Peeps exploding in his face. It's just not as fun when something like that is happening to somebody cute. It feels mean-spirited. Think very deeply about my ridiculous paintings. I just don't know if it should even be a gremlin. I know I'm repeating myself now, but I haven't just convinced myself that it should even be like a Steven Spielberg gremlin. Maybe I'll just make a gremlin-like critter. Whoa. What am I drawing it for? A contest. Oh, it's a commission. I don't know if you showed up when Derek was still here, but Derek, me and Derek have been talking about NFTs a lot, and he commissioned me to do an NFT for him. NFT was basically like it's a special kind of digital painting in this case. It's like a one of a kind digital paint. It's like a NFT, among other things, is a way to make a digital painting one of a kind by putting it like in a, I don't know, without getting too technical, it's like it's called minting, and you mint it, and it becomes kind of like a certificate of authenticity for the painting. And it's all digital, but it's accepted as like rarity. So you can kind of own an original of a digital piece. So Derek named a bunch of phrases. He had a list of phrases, and we spun the wheel. And the one that came up was "Gremlins Get Chicks." And so we did a few different thumbnails, and finally the favorite idea was a gremlin open up a box and a bunch of peeps flying out and hitting them in the face. So it's going to be like a bunch of like bright pink and bright yellow, and I think it's going to look cool looking. So that's what we're doing. Oh, you saw the thumbs? Okay, got you. I don't know if they're still here. Haven't heard from them in a while. A lot of times people come in and out, or they'll get involved in doing other stuff or whatever. They're probably still kind of here in some way, shape, or form. I'm probably going to be calling it here in a little bit. Just want to see if I can get some kind of basic something going on here for this gremlin head. I wonder why these aren't perfectly working. Oh, I know what it is. Nope. Whatever. Looks like a gremlin. Yeah, I think it's like kind of like. I think there is a gremlin. In other words, I think that I can probably design something where you could probably say, yeah, that's a gremlin. Without it being actual gremlin. It's just going to take me a minute to get there. But I am looking at a gremlin from the movie Gremlins. So it'll be like kind of like that, but not, I think. I'm leaning more and more toward that. I don't need to make it look exactly like a gremlin. This is a little too scary looking right now. But he won't be as scary looking if something silly's happening to him. So after I sculpt it, I'll probably put like a silly expression on his face. Make him less threatening. But that's going to be later. I don't want it to look like, if it's either going to look like immediately recognizable as a gremlin, like from the movie, or certainly don't want it to look like a rip-off, like I'm trying to get away with ripping off gremlins. So came together kind of quickly though. I mean, now it looks just like a Steven Spielberg gremlin, pretty much. That pointy chin did it. Am I gonna make it a sculpture? No, I think I'm gonna make it a painting. I'm just setting it up. A lot of times I do paintings, like I'll stage paintings like this. So I'll probably so I'm sculpting the different elements. Sometimes I do stuff like this. And then I'll render it out and then make it into a painting. Usually just get it to a certain point where I'm like, okay, time to do a painting. But it just depends on what I feel like or what seems right at the time. And this time it seemed like I wanted to design this gremlin head, sculpt it. I thought about maybe doing something's going on here. Thought about maybe making it 3D, because since it's an NFT, meaning it's just lives digital, it opens up more. So there's two things. Definitely opens up more things I could do since it's digital. Like I could make it, like animate it. I could make it 3D. But the thing is that this is, time is a factor in this. I'll just put it like that. What was I doing? Brush. Reset all brushes. Okay, it works again. Now I'm starting to get into details that are like literally from the gremlins, so. So then I'll make his face goofy, you know? Like. Not this goofy, but I'll just like put an expression on his face. Probably with his eye kind of. It's not going to look like this, but I'll make it so his eye is one eye's closed and there's a peep hitting him in the eye. There's going to be a peep. Like this. Doink. It's going to be bouncing off his eye. Doink. Crab mandibles. You're always trying to make me put crab mandibles on everything. I don't even know what a mandible is. Mandibles are, you're saying like things coming out of his mouth, like teeth. I'm trying to surf an edge here, I think, like where I don't want it to look like I was saying, look exactly like Steven Spielberg gremlin, but I want it to be recognizable as a gremlin. Like, if you had to guess what it is, it's a gremlin. So I don't know what that means yet, but it probably means he's got kind of a lanky body, long arms. I think he's probably going to have his mouth slightly open. He's going to have little sharp teeth in there. But anyway, I got to go feed these cats. Because this guy, I mean, he's probably going to eat my face if I don't feed him. So we got kind of far tonight, I think. We figured out our concept. We sculpted some items. What if I did this though, real quick? What if I turn this off and made this guy like this? And then probably make him have real short legs. Real long arms. Kind of goofy like that. All right, he's got a body. Yeah. We still got the snow going. All right, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Thank you for coming and hanging out tonight. It was really fun. I think we got a lot done. So we're going to finish this next week or maybe possibly the week out. I have a feeling this is going to bleed into the week after that. Unless I work on it in between, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it was fun. And then after that, we'll get back to our tree guy, I guess. I don't know if you guys saw that. Do you guys remember the tree creature? This is how far we got with the tree guy last week. It's looking pretty cool. It needs to be, the shapes really need to be cleaned up, but the silhouettes need to be cleaned up. It's looking, oh, you can't see it. Good Lord. All right. I'm delirious. All right, guys. Love you. Have a good one. Bye.